Welcome back to another episode of Craving Comics with another graphic novel review powered by the Nerd Store. This is Ricky Andresen.
I'm Brett Duke.
And today we're going to be talking about Outcast by Robert Kirkman.
I'm so glad that we finally decided to review Outcast Volume 1 because, in my opinion, the past year and a half, this is probably one of the best new comics that has came out, and of course, it has to be by the Zombie King himself, Robert Kirkman.
That's right. If you love the supernatural, if you love the show Supernatural even, this is all about possession, demons, the supernatural, good versus evil, all that stuff. So it does capture our interest because we like that stuff. Mm-hmm. We think it's a unique story and really interesting. So yeah, let's get down to it.
Yeah, there's just no Sam and Dean.
No Black Beauty. It's a real shame. Jeez.
All right, Ricky, so what is Outcast?
Well, Outcast is the story of one guy, Kyle. He's probably like 28-ish, right? Yeah. Probably maybe 30.
Yeah, I agree.
And he has lived a pretty crappy life. Basically, looking at him, you think his life was cursed.
Yeah.
Possessions by demons kind of follow him everywhere he goes, whether it be his own mother, people in his neighborhood, friends, etc. So it centers around Kyle, and the second big character that brings in a new side of things as well as the Reverend.
Yep.
He is in a local church there. He's an alcoholic. The Reverend, he's an alcoholic, which is funny. He raises money to fix the church by playing poker with his friends, which is nice.
The Lord will provide.
That's exactly what he says. Like, oh, I win the pot? All right. Thank you. It's whatever, And basically, they team up together to kind of fight some of these possessions that are going on. They don't understand how they can do it, but somehow Kyle has the power in him to scare these demons out of the people that they're trying to possess. So that's really what it's about in this first volume, is just figuring out how that works, casting out a demon here or there, and getting to know Kyle, the Reverend, and the town they live in just a bit better.
Okay. So, while reading this, did it capture your attention immediately?
Not immediately. I will admit it's kind of slow. Okay. It doesn't get to the action right away. I didn't keep up with this issue by issue. I read the first 5 issues in this trade paperback all at once, and I think that was a good way to do it for me.
Yeah.
By the time you get to the end of issue 5, there is a pretty interesting hook, something that keeps the overall story arc kind of moving in the right direction. But from page to page, from issue to issue, it moves kind of slowly.
Yeah, I would agree. Like, I read it from just issue to issue, and the thing is, if you have your stack of comics and this is in your stack, you're not going to enjoy as much because there are little things that you need to catch. Because if you don't catch those little things, then you're going to forget it, of course, in the next issue, and it won't be as special because there are little things that make up the big story.
That's right. Lots of details, lots of dialogue. Yeah, just lots of small moments that become pivotal moments.
Exactly. So I gotta ask you, just because of everything that's going on with Kyle, what are your thoughts about Kyle?
Like I said, he's got it rough. He is just surrounded by evil, really. Pretty much of all the important people in his life, a high percentage of them are possessed at some point by demons.
Yeah, you kind of got a point there because, like, his mom has been possessed, his ex-wife has, and I believe even, like, his sister or someone else close to him has.
Yeah,
so
at some point.
Everyone close you can possibly think of, for him, has been taken over, been possessed, which, that's not a life you'd want to live.
Not really. I'm not into that whole deal. No. And it's interesting, too, as much as they seem to target him, it kind of unfolds in the course of this first volume that the reason that he's so effective in fighting these demons is that he's an outcast. The demons know him somehow. When they touch the possessed people, they kind of take a step back and say, oh, you're an outcast. Like, this is like outside our pay grade or whatever, then they kind of just go. So the demons know what he's all about. He doesn't know himself what the power that he has really is, what it'll do. The Reverend is figuring it out, too, because he's been casting out demons his own way, holy water, the cross, the whole thing. but it seems to be working better now that Kyle's with him. So Kyle is an interesting character because there's something there that we don't understand yet, but that's allowing him to be the outcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. The good news about this story is they're not that far deep into it like The Walking Dead. And they're only 13 issues in. You're able to catch the first volume that is out, and I believe the second volume is coming out soon as well.
Yeah.
So you can pick up both of them, be able to catch up to it pretty much completely, and be able to make a decision for yourself on, well, one of the most talked books, in my opinion, talked about books. So, yeah. Ricky, you read this, so tell me your final thoughts about it and give me a grade.
Okay, so doing like a book review for this, even like in two halves, I might give the first half like a C and the second half a B+.
Okay.
I think it really picked up towards the end. And it's interesting because for as much as after reading the 5th issue of this, you still almost have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
You have this faintest idea of what's going to happen in the future, and that was enough to keep me wanting to read more.
Okay.
So I thought that was great. So I think overall I'll give it a B. It is a really great story. The art is, while it's not exceptionally interesting or amazing artwork, it fits the story really well. It has kind of muted colors. Everything's a little bit drab in this town. The demons, the possessed people look good, and he does really well with facial expressions. And he has these awesome sub panels where you'll see the scene, and he'll lay out kind of a box about where the face is that shows a zoomed in view of the face. Or
exactly,
if there's a detail they want you to catch, like the door is slightly open, they'll show you that big panel, but they kind of zoom in and say, hey, by the way, the door is slightly open, don't forget. So I do enjoy this laid out that way. It feels like kind of reading along with a puzzle the whole time. Like I say, it's not particularly beautiful, but I feel like it serves its purpose well, goes with the story. So yeah, I give it a B.
All right, okay. Oh, that's good to hear. So let's talk about the ones that power this for us. I mean, tell us a little bit about the Nerd Store.
Yeah, so the Nerd Store, our sponsor for these videos, great place to, like we say, fill in the gaps in your collection, whether it be collectibles, figurines, comic books, even apparel, belts, t-shirts, hats, from bargain bin issues to valuable collected issues of comic books. So look them up, facebook.com/nerdstoreut. Hit up Charles the owner on Facebook, find out what he's got that you need, get some communication going, can ship stuff to you, come in if you're in the area. And yeah, just check out the Nerd Store, great place, and we really appreciate them.
Exactly. And please leave us a review. You can also check our podcast out on Craven Comics, on iTunes, and then also on Podomatics. And then we're on Twitter as well, just craving_comics.
That's right.
So signing off, this is Brett Duke.
And Ricky Andresen. Thanks for watching.